This is a next park. This is Tom Styles, and this is Tom's Radio Room Show. And we're still out looking for a park to do our field testing of our radios. And this is another possibility. This is about 10 miles, I would guess, from that radio station that was interfering. And it doesn't have a lot of open areas. It's pretty wooded. It's a really nice park. And so we're just going to kind of walk around here. I know there's one area that's open for playing baseball or something. And we're going to go see what that area looks like. Because the other requirement for me is that I have some shade here in summer. So we're going to continue on down the road here. Like I say, this is a pretty good sized park. Maybe, I don't know, a couple miles square, I'm guessing. Lots of trees and woods. And I don't think this bridge is going to take me where I want to go. But we'll see. You didn't know that I did nature shows, did you? I think I turned right where I should have turned left. Oh, this is, maybe this will take me where I want to go, because here's the T in the road that might get me here. Now this has got canals coming in from the Gulf, so this is salt water down here. And if you go straight, that takes you back deeper into the woods. And I don't think there's any open areas. Now I could set up here on the bridge, but I would be in the sun all the time. But it is, the advantage is, and I'll pan around here, is that you'll see power lines. So that's a good thing. I don't know if there's power, underground or maybe even in this fence rail. I don't think so, but I think it's pretty clear. It is a great park for taking walks. Lots of places to explore. You can get quite a bit of distance. When I was walking, which I haven't done for quite a while because of my back, this is where I used to come. Now over here is an area that's got some benches, but it's surrounded by trees. So that's a disadvantage. So that's a no-no. Or not ideal, I should say. And now we got to make a decision whether we go right or left. And I think, yeah, here's the open area over here that I was looking for. This is a possibility. We'll have to see what we can find if my legs don't give out. We're on the Osprey Loop. Or this is the Osprey Loop coming up. Ooh. Okay, this is a nice open area. Maybe too open. And this is one of those, I forgot what they call them now, but a frisbee ball court. Frisbee disc, I say. Disc golf. That's what they call it, disc golf. Now, shaded area, but yet where I can set up my antenna. I'm looking. Now there's an ideal spot there, except there's surrounded by trees, because there is actually a bench, but it's surrounded by trees. Let me see what we got here. If we could get, I don't know. Maybe, I'm going to sit down here because I need to rest. Oh my gosh, my back. Maybe I could put my fishing pole right there. Probably would have to use a longer, excuse for the shaking, a longer antenna wire so that I can get that pole way out away from these trees. Probably 40 feet maybe, which that can be done. Plus I get the, because what I would be doing is instead of going straight down the pole, I would be going, I'll call it diagonally from the pole. You know, creating a triangle with the pole and the antenna wire in the ground. So that might work. And I got this bench here, probably, and it's a nice bench, so I could have, you know, my bag with my radios and all my other junk beside me. This is a possibility. We do have these big trees behind me, and I'll go over here and show you what I'm talking about. That's a possibility there. Because at least I can get my antenna up and get my wire strung to the bench over there. So here's the bench and the tree or trees. So that's a possibility. Now there's a nice open area there, but again, it's too far away from the bench. But if I bring my own chair, which is something else to carry, I could set up underneath this branch right here and then stick the antenna out there in this open area. So that's another possibility. It's looking good. And what I would do is there's a parking lot right there, which is a much closer walk than where I parked this time. So I could park in that parking lot and set up here. Let me see here. Let me see how, there's the parking lot there and a little sheltered area. And there's some shade there. Let me see about this. There'll be another possibility by that palm tree there. Because if I bring my own chair, I don't have to look for a bench. So there's another possibility. Is right there, under these trees here, sit in the shade there. It's, let me see if I can get my watch around here. It's 12 o'clock Eastern Daylight Time. So the sun is almost directly over me. So that means if I come in the morning, then the sun's gonna be over this way. Here's a possibility. Because the shade will be on the east side of me, which is behind me right now, more so in the early morning. So here's a possibility here. This is a palm tree, and it's, you know, it's kind of stuck out here away from everything else. Sorry for the shakiness and the scanning too fast, but I could get here. Let's see, the shade will be on this side, be further out that way, so I could park my butt right here and stick up the antenna out in there. And there's power lines way over there. That's probably 100 yards. And that's about the closest power lines. So that's another possibility. I like over there, let me zoom in here. I like over there with that bench. That's one less thing to carry. And my little bench or seat, collapsible seat, gets kind of heavy when you carry it and all that other stuff. So that's probably number one choice. Yeah, I think that's number one choice. But what I will have to do, if I use that one, is I will have to have a longer antenna to get out from under that tree, the end, my fishing pole out from under the tree. I will have to bring a metal pole, or not a metal pole, but a pole to run into the ground because there's nothing to attach my fishing pole to. So that will be an additional thing to carry. Now here's another possibility right here. Again, this would require me to bring a chair. Is this little, unless somebody wants to play disc golf, which I don't think this place is that busy for that recreation, I could use this guy here and attach my fishing pole to that, and then there's going to be quite a bit of shade in the early morning, so I could park my chair right there underneath it. Yeah, and there's a tree here, but I don't think that's going to be too big of a problem. That's another possibility. I like the idea of that palm tree because you're kind of out in the open. Yep, that's a possibility. So I think this park has a lot of possibilities. Please give me some feedback on the sites that I've shown you, what you think might be a better site. And they all, they all have trade-offs. I can, with the exception of this one here, I will have to bring an extra pole to drive into the ground temporarily to attach my antenna fishing pole. And I like that one, that area, because of the bench. I like that. So that's the show. I think this is the park I'm going to try. I am going to go back to my truck and bring out my radios and not do a show, but just do a quick test and check on interference like we were having at the other park. That's the show. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.